record. There we go. Happy 2020. I'm so excited. New year. Is anybody else excited that 2019 is kind of over? Like, peace out. Let's keep it rolling. Okay, me too. There were some amazing things that happened in 19, but there was also some not so amazing things. And I think it's so easy when it's like July to just kind of feel like down in the dumps, like what is going on. But I feel like there's like this new renewed energy as soon as like the new year comes. It's like, all right, like it's something about just like leaving that behind and starting something new. And that is kind of where I think most people get with their business. There are some of you that had an incredible year with your business, and some of you that didn't. And I'm here to tell you that, you know, after doing this for 4 years, every single year and every single season is going to feel different. You have to learn to sort of appreciate your wins and learn from the mistakes, learn from the things that didn't go as planned, learn from the lack you felt like maybe you didn't put into it, and not beat yourself up over it, because it is so easy to like hold yourself back. I feel like something I wanted to talk to you guys about that will kind of lead into what I wanted to talk to you guys about is I have always struggled with my weight. My weight has always been a really, really, really hard thing for me. So it is so easy for me to be like, oh, I'll start next Monday. Or, oh, well, once this vacation's over, then I'll get on track. Or if I'm on track and then you have a bad day, it's so easy for me to like beat myself up over it. But it's so much the same about like this business. You're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have days where you go to bed and you're like, man, I did the things today. And then you're going to have a day where you're going to be like, well, I sucked. I didn't do jack shit today. And then the problem lies in, do you wake up the next day and still beat yourself up over what you didn't do yesterday? Or do you just like shake it off and then like brand new day? Because some people can easily get up and shake it off and realize it's a brand new day. And other people on the Zoom, you go an entire month, 2 or 3, and then wake up and you're like, wow, I don't know what I just did. And things can completely fall apart, or you start to beat yourself up. And this business is not supposed to be something that makes you feel bad about yourself. It's supposed to be something that makes you feel really good about yourself. It's supposed to be something that makes you feel confident that you're good at. And the first thing you have to do is you have to start really making sure you train your mind. Your mind is the most, like, your mind will help you promote or hold you back from promoting. Your mind will help you lose weight or make you gain weight. Your mind will either keep your marriage healthy or break it apart. Your mind will break up friendships or bring new ones in. Your mind will make you feel better and closer to God or pull you further apart. Like, your mind is literally the most important thing in this business. And I think that's one of the things that I've gotten the most out of this business is I'm not the same person I was 4 years ago. I'm not anywhere where I want to be yet, but I've improved year after year. And that's what I want to challenge you guys to do is, whether you feel like you're not doing the things every day like you need to be doing, start with just making sure that you fill your mind with something positive for the day. And I don't care if it takes 5 minutes. I don't care if it's 10 minutes. I don't care if you like to read and you want to sit down with a glass of wine at night and read a book. I don't care if you want to listen to an Audible on your drive to work. I don't care if you want to listen to a YouTube while you're showering in the morning. Whatever it is, you have to fit it into your day with what you like. I hate when leaders do Zooms and they're like, this is the only way. Well, that's not true, because we all have different lives. Some of you have kids, some of you have husbands, some of you don't, some of you have 5 kids, some of you have family you're taking care of. Like, we're all over the place. And I can just be very frank and honest with you guys. I've had seasons in my business where as a leader, I'm not proud of it at all. It's easy when you want something so bad to put your dreams, aspirations, a fire, and like shove it on your team. And I've done that. Ashley Mayfield would call it bulldozing over your team. I have 100% bulldozed over my team at certain points, but it's not because I was trying to be mean. It's because in that moment, in that season where I was like in it to win it. But if I'm in it to win it and the 3 people I'm talking to are like completely checked out, me coming at them in like that bulldoze way is not going to inspire them. So I just want to be kind of clear and frank about like where my mind's at for 2020. I am blessed to have a husband who has an income and has a business that honestly, if I did this business or didn't do this business, I could stay home. Okay. We weren't always in that position, but I can tell you, I personally, I don't care if anybody else, what anybody else wants, I will go insane if I was literally the wife that sat at home and had to do nothing but like clean some dishes and do some laundry. And I'm not putting down that life, because that role is also a part of my life. But I've also found the value in having something of my own and having something that I can bring value to other people. But I can tell you that I have pushed, pulled, dragged, and bulldozed to get a rank before. And because I had to push, pull, drag to get a rank before, what do you think happened when I stopped push, pull, and dragging? The rank goes away. The team really didn't want it. So I will not be the leader this year that is push, pull, dragging. I will get on these Zooms every week. That's my plan. Whether it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, I'm not going to be butthurt over who gets on and who doesn't. It's so easy as a leader that puts so much time into things to honestly get butthurt when you talk to somebody that's like, I want it, but then you don't even get on a Zoom. And I realize that the leaders that do the Zooms plan them, and that we don't know what your life is like. So it's easy to get butthurt and be like, well, you obviously don't want it because you're never getting on the Zooms, but I honestly don't know what's going on in your life, just like you don't know what's going on in mine. You don't know what I'm like taking the 17th phone call from my dad who's been in a nursing home for 6 months that we take care of. Like nobody knows that stuff. So I want to be very transparent and just tell you guys, I will not be the leader that will push, pull, drag, bulldoze you. I will always be the red leader that'll just be honest and upfront and tell you things that maybe you need to hear, maybe you don't want to hear. I really wanted to start doing these Zooms for specifically our team because I feel like it's important for you guys to see that I'm always here, even though maybe I'm not in your inbox every day. Ashley Mayfield was like, if your team just sees you every week, that's at least something, because you can't be in everybody's inbox all the time. It's physically impossible, or I would get nothing done for my own business. So I thought, well, that's selfish. Like, that's dumb. Like, why not just open it up to all of Believe Tribe? So I know that a lot of you are not even underneath me. You're not even financially tied to me. And so you can jump on these anytime I throw them out there, and I hope that you get value out of them. But the whole point of it is to just come at you guys and bring you any type of value that I find from things I'm listening to with self-development, or things that we're hearing in, like VIP chats. Autumn's a triple, so she is even getting things that I don't get, and she's trickling it down. So we want to bring you the best in 2020, but I really want to be clear about this, guys. Your business is 100% your responsibility. Like, literally, we are grown-ass women, okay, with like things we want. So the only way you're going to get what you want, whatever that is by doing the things. And if you choose to not do the things, then you'll be on another Zoom in 2021 in the same position thinking, well, that sucks. And that's not a good way to feel. Okay. So I want to work my business this year with the intention of helping as many people as I can get to their goals. But I'm not going to drive myself batshit crazy over the people who come into this business and really just don't want it. They really just don't want to put in the time. So I want to start off with doing something right off the bat. This is where you're going to need your like pen and paper, okay? And you may want to write some things down that just come to your mind right now. And I challenge you guys or encourage you guys to think deeper into this later. But I'm going to go through some notes I have. And the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is goal setting for 2020. It's so easy, guys, to hear people be like, Diamond's the license to print money. I want to be a diamond, diamond, diamond. Don't get me wrong. Diamond is the shit, okay? It is. But you can't get to diamond if you can't build a ruby. So you guys can't set unrealistic expectations of yourself. If you're not doing anything with the business right now, like you're barely even like posting, don't get off this Zoom and go, I'm going full force 12 hours a day. You won't do it. Okay, that's like with weight loss, like what I was talking about. For me, I have always struggled with my weight, like I said. So what I used to do is too many things at one time. I'm going to drink all this water. I'm going to take all my supplements. I'm not eating one sweet. I'm cutting out alcohol. I'm going to go to the gym 7 days a week. I'm not going to cheat. What do you think I did? Oh, that didn't work. Okay. So I have been easing myself into healthier habits that are going to get me to my weight loss goal for a while now. So just because it's 2020 doesn't mean you're not going to have to ease yourself into some healthier habits for your business. Okay. It is totally possible to turn around the train if it's been off the rails. Okay. But I highly encourage you, because most people can't, don't put unrealistic expectations on yourself. Okay. If you, I don't care if you've ever been a Ruby. I don't care if you've ever been a Diamond. I don't care if you've never signed a distributor. I don't care if you have and your whole chart is crumbled. I don't care where you're at. I encourage you that if you are not a healthy paid Ruby, like if you're not like, I am a strong Ruby and I'm going for Emerald, you need to print out a Ruby chart. And you need to look at that and think, those are three people that want to make money with me. Okay. And you need to focus on Ruby. You need to focus on a Ruby chart. Don't sit there with like not one distributor, get out a Diamond. I mean, some leaders will tell you get out a Diamond chart, start filling it. But for me, that's overwhelming. Okay, you need to take it chunk by chunk, because if you can build a Ruby, then you can build another Ruby, and then you can build another Ruby. And a Diamond is just 3 rubies. And if you just did your steps to success every single month, by March, you'd have built a Ruby. Guys, you could be Diamond by March, and that's super doable, like 100%. So just think, like, let's break it down. Like, we hear Diamond and it's like, oh my gosh, but really that's just like focusing on small bits. Like, okay, I need to sign 3 distributors in January, and then I need to help them learn what to do. We're going to get it to that. Okay. And then February, we need to build another Ruby. We need to sign 3 more distributors. And then in March, we need to sign 3 more distributors, and we need to teach them how to do the same things that we're doing. Okay. We need to be duplicating. And I don't know if any of you, some of you have been in for a while and some of you are new. I personally feel like our team has lacked on the duplication side of teaching our new distributors what to do. And I was watching a Zoom that Morgan Martin did the other day, and she said, I was ignorant enough when I came into this business to just think that osmosis was going to happen and that they were just going to see like me signing people and they were just going to know what to do. And we have several of us leaders have tried so hard to like put these systems in place. And I feel like we have just overcomplicated the shit out of things. Okay. And simple just kept coming to my mind as 2019 ended. And I'm like, I can't handle complicated. I need, like, it has to be simple. Like if my 10-year-old can't understand it, a new distributor, literally, they're going to just get overwhelmed by it. So Nicole and I have been working on kind of like literally the most simple, basic launch your new distributor thing. We have beat the how to launch your new distributor thing over the head so many times, but we really feel like we've come to a little bit of like progress. Like, this is how I feel. Okay. I feel like I personally bring distributors in and I give them way too much of my time right off the bat before they even prove to me that they even care yet. And ultimately it's their business. Okay. So what we are playing with is really getting them to watch some videos, make like a host a post, learn what a HAP is, get them started on the process. And once they get through a few basic things, if they get through that, then we can go further with you. But I'm not going to drain myself of my time, my energy. If you can't watch a video, you don't want to change bad enough. You don't want money bad enough. Same thing with you guys. I'm going to be real. If you guys are not doing something to learn something, maybe not every day, although I encourage that, but at least weekly, if you're not watching a Zoom from somebody else like Jade Hooper, Jackie Deering, any of the top leaders, we have like a whole thing in our page under the file section. There's like 20 different leaders you can follow. Find one you like. Go see if they have a YouTube training and learn something new. Listen to their team training. Go listen to Jade's team training or Morgan's or Cheyenne Knox's. Like, go listen to other people. If you're not learning from other people, you're going to get bored. Okay, like, because that's why I honestly stopped doing these Zooms, because I felt like people were bored of me. But then I had people come to me and they were like, no, no, no. I like your, you know, your energy. I love your red. I think that sometimes we just as leaders feel like we have nothing to talk about. Okay. So I'm going to do my best, like I said, to throw it out weekly. Let me tell you why I did not want to pick a date. You know how I said we got away from the Mondays? I don't like 9-to-5 jobs, y'all. I don't know if any of you know me well enough. Like literally, if I had a 9-to-5 job right now, I am the biggest wuss. I would get fired tomorrow because I don't want nobody telling me when I can eat, when I can wipe my ass, when I can get my daughter, when I can see my husband, when I can go on vacation. I would like vomit if somebody was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you cannot do that." Okay, so I literally, yes, I am 100,000% unemployable. A mistake I made that I don't want you guys to make. This is why I'm being very transparent about, like, set realistic goals, but I also don't want to slow you down. Like, I'm not telling you don't like light your ass on fire and go for what you want. I'm just saying your family shouldn't suffer. There will be sacrifices you have to make, but your family shouldn't suffer. There was a time in my business in probably 2018 when I was making sure that there were like Zooms and I had things scheduled and I never veered from it. And there were nights where our like family life was a cluster, you know what, okay? Because Riley was, you know, wanting somebody to put her to bed and we had a Zoom to be on and then we had a leadership training and I was being pulled to different directions and I was never flexible. I was literally so miserable. I had some of my highest checks, but I wasn't working my business and also incorporating my life in a balanced way. So you have to also, when you're running for these ranks, when you're trying to hit Ruby, when you're trying to hit Emerald and Diamond and beyond, when you go to conference and you come back on fire, don't ignore your husband. Like, I don't care who tells you, like, this is just me, take it or leave it. I don't care who tells you that you need to like never see your friends for the next 6 months. That's bullshit. You need to surround yourself with people that lift you up. So if you need a girl's day, or if you go out to lunch with somebody on this team and they fire you up, go out to lunch together and work your business. Go out to lunch with your mom. Go have a date night with your husband, you know, when you want to. Like, I hear people all the time say there's no BV in TV. Listen, y'all, I'm a multitasker. I watch TV every night, but I'm working at the same time. If you can't multitask, then you need to set some time aside to focus. I can multitask. I am the multitasker of multitaskers. Jake is always like, I don't understand how you do all of that at one time. When you give me 2 things to do, I'm going to forget one and probably forget the other. Like, if you're not a good multitasker, you need to figure out what you're good at and what you're not, and you need to find how this works into your life. Okay, so let me get back on track with what I want you to do with your paper. I want you to write this down. What does your perfect day look like? You may have heard me say this before. You may have heard other people say it. It may seem silly, but it's not. Okay? What does a perfect day look like for you? And you're not going to be able to write down 100% all of that now. I really want you to visit that and be honest with yourself, but I want you to think about it. What time do you wake up? Now, open your mind and imagine there's no limits. So don't limit yourself because of what you have right now. I'm talking like 3 years down the road, a year down the road. If you woke up tomorrow and there was this genie and the genie said, like on Aladdin, tell me what your perfect day is and I'll make it happen. What time would you wake up? Okay. Where are you at? Are you in a brand new house? Do you live at the beach? Did you move your in-laws in because they can't live on their own and you just wish you could provide that, you know, like that extra space for them? Do you have a nanny? Do you have a chef? Do you cook yourself? Do you go exercise? Do you get up and drink your coffee and read? Do you go meet your girlfriends for lunch every day? Do you take a nap because you can? Do you spend, how much time are you spending with your husband? Do you have a husband? Do you have a boyfriend? Do you just want to be able to spend time with other family members you don't get to see? Like, what does your perfect day look like? And I want you to actually like write it out. Like, honestly, guys, if your perfect day doesn't make you cry, you're not digging deep enough. Okay, because there's so many things, like I haven't hit my perfect day by any means, but I have made strides to that because do you know what I can do now? I can pick up my 88-year-old grandma and take her to get her nails done and take her to lunch whenever I want to. And she's like my mom. That's huge. Okay. I get to jump every time my annoying ass father calls me 72 times a day, and I get to be there. And I say I get to because that's what I'm going to say. Okay. There are some of you that have sick family members. There are some of you that have kids that you're like, I don't want to not get to see them. I don't want to put them in daycare. I don't want to do this. Okay. Think about what your perfect day is. And if it does not make you cry, you need to dig deeper, because I'm going to tell you right now, I have hit ranks in this company because I've been double diamond, and then I've lost it, and then I've got it back, and it did not feel good. And some of you are like, man, that is so selfish, but I'm just being honest, because you're all going to have moments in this business. Some of you may have already, been Ruby, got Ruby back, and you're like, yeah, didn't feel as good as I thought it was going to, because maybe you were push pulling and dragging your team. Maybe you didn't have the right people in your organization. Okay. You need to know what your perfect day looks like, because when you are going for ranks and paychecks and income goals, and you are signing distributors and people are quitting and you need volume and you miss something, or even you have your best month yet. Okay. There are going to be times where it doesn't feel like you thought it would feel. Okay. And you have to hold on to what that perfect day looks like and realize that's what you're going for. Every single one of you are going to miss a goal you go for, and it's going to suck. And every single one of you, if you put in the work, will reach a goal you never thought was possible. Okay. So I want you to dig deeper with that later. The next question I want you to write down is, what do you want your bank account to look like in 5 years? Are you a millionaire? Can you even grasp that? Do you have a savings account? Do you have investments? Do you have every single penny in there for your kids' college funds? Do you have real estate? Do you have do you just love, the mountains? And not only do you have your own home paid off and whatever, but now you have a vacation home in the mountains that you can take people to, that maybe one day you do a retreat for your team at. Are you giving back more in a year than you ever used to make? Think about that money, what you want. Again, limitless, guys. Don't cut yourself off. You have to literally start to think so much bigger. The next thing I want you to think about is, if I told you to think of a number you want to be making, okay? So we're going to come out of conference, and it's normally going to be a 90-day period of time where they put some type of bonus situation on the table normally, okay? So that would be February, March. By the end of April, okay, that's kind of going to be the guiding point that we're going to come out of conference to. That means that May 8th, there's going to be commission checks opened. I want you guys to write down a number that would change your life on May 8th. If you were literally imagine looking in your eSuite and it says this rank, or it says this amount, what number on that paycheck would change or would shock the shit out of you? Is it $500 and that's going to start paying for your mortgage? Is it Emerald where you're making $800, $1,000 and that's going to start maybe you can quit your second job? Is it Diamond? Yeah, or third. Is it Diamond where you're making maybe $2,000 a month, where you're holy cow, now we're getting close to where I could think about maybe doing this for real, full time. I got to see where this goes. And then I want you to add an extra $500 to that number that you wrote down. Add an extra $500 to it, because it's totally possible. Guys, my highest paycheck, I think I my thing that was always in my head was I wanted to be a six-figure income earner. It just sounds cool. I don't know. Okay. That's $8,333 a month to be a six-figure income earner. My highest check I ever made was $7,900. Okay, you can't be mad at $7,900, but there was that part of me that was dang, it was so close, just that 1 month, right? Guys, I've made everything from $30 to almost $8,000. And I'm going to tell you straight up, This business is not hourly. So your paychecks are going to do this depending on the work you put in and depending on how focused you are. And if you can't handle that, this business is not for you. This business is not like you are self-employed. Okay. Like my dad has a rental and it's great when nothing is, it's great. I just got a 10-minute notice. So in 10 minutes, guys, it's going to shut off and we can hop on the other one. If you don't want to, don't get on. If you want to, hop on the code I put in the chat. So my dad's rental, it's great whenever he's collecting $2,000 a month, but when there's a $2,500 repair for the month, that sucks, right? That's how this business is, okay? You're going to have really good months where you're just like killing it and you're putting the work in and you're like loving the paycheck, and then you're going to sit back and you're going to be like, oh, and then all of a sudden it's going to dip and you're going to be like, what the heck? And I can tell you, I heard on a Zoom the other day, it wasn't a Zoom, it was a YouTube, and he was talking about how I'm going to mess this wording up, but basically the positive things you do for yourself take anywhere from 3 to 6 months to like come to pass. And the negative things you do in life show up within the next 30 to 60 to 90 days. So when you like literally just like stop doing the things, you're going to see your paycheck dip so fast. But when you do the things, it's going to take a while to see the benefit of that because you're growing a business. Okay. So I really want you guys to off Zoom, think about what your perfect day looks like. Think about what you want your bank account to look like in 5 years. And also think about what you want your paycheck to be the beginning of May. When you look at that, what is that number? And I want you to believe that it's totally possible. And you don't need to let somebody tell you what that number is. Like, yes, obviously we all want to make money with this. Some of you didn't come in this to make like lots of money. I came into this to make a car payment, but I'm also very money motivated. I want all the things. I am a vacation slut. Give me all the vacations, all of them. Like if I don't have one that I'm planning, I'm all like depressed over here. I don't care if it's a year from now. Just give me something to be excited for. That's how I work. You have to find out what excites you. Is it like paying off all your debt? Like Jake like gets like itchy thinking about having every credit card like paid off. He's like, oh, he's like all twitchy. Like, yeah, and me, I'm like, so when's the next trip? Like, okay, you have to find what like really fires you up. What is it? Do you want to be able to like volunteer at a dog shelter and you need to be able to quit your second job to have Saturdays free to do that? Do you want to like not have to like, I don't know, pay your in-laws to watch your kids and, you know, be able to have more options? Do you want to pay off debt? Do you want to go on vacation? Do you want to finally get married and have money for your wedding? Like, what do you want? Okay, you got to think what you want, and you have to realize that it doesn't matter. Honestly, guys, it doesn't matter who the hell cares. Like, it doesn't. If you care that much about what other people think about you, you're never going to get the thing you want most. You're gonna ruffle some feathers on the journey to get what you want. And you have to be so laser focused and confident with being okay with what you want, and do not apologize for it. Like I have people all the time that are like, another vacation, and I'm like, yep. Mm-hmm. And I don't care. Do you know what I'm doing right now to make myself want to go to the gym? And I'm not kidding. Some of you are going to think I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I am listening to music every time I work out, okay? And literally I have a playlist, and that playlist makes me feel like I'm on a beach, or I'm in Vegas, or I'm laying in a beach chair by the pool. And every time I'm working out and I'm lifting and I get tired, or I look to the left and I see this girl with this body that I'm like, geez, like, what is she doing? And I start to compare, or I start to be like, I don't really want to go today. I literally am listening to that music and I am in another place. Like I am putting myself and visualizing myself in another place, because I know that I should want to work out to be healthy. That's a great like byproduct. Okay. But I really want to prove to myself that when I am consistent with the products and I take care of my body and I do the workout like I want to do, because I've learned my body, I'm not the person that can take supplements and just lose weight. I'm just not. I'm not the person. I have to have the balance of exercise and dieting or eating right or whatever you want to call it, and throwing in my supplements and drinking my water, if I don't do all of those things, my body doesn't react well. Okay. So I have to have a reason beyond just like, well, I want to lose weight. I'm looking towards the vacation. So you have to find what you want that money for. And you have to, like, when you don't want to do the things, you have to think, okay, but I want that. And you have to do it no matter what. Okay. Let me see if what else I had on here. Okay. So Jake, did you want to say anything, or did you want me to keep going right now? Okay. So I kind of wanted to talk about the things to do every day. Okay. Like I kind of already mentioned, guys, if you are not really doing anything right now, you're going to want to start off doing something. Okay. I would encourage you to make a 6 list. A 6 list is basically the things that we should be doing every single day, such as posting to your, if you have an Instagram, I would take the same lifestyle post, okay, and use like that same lifestyle post on Facebook and Instagram. And you want to make sure that I would say you want to make sure you're at least posting on your Facebook 3 times a day, Instagram once, stories as much as you possibly can, because that's what's showing people who you are and your personality and what's going on. You want to be real. You want people to know that you are a real person. Okay. I would say that you should be messaging people every day, and that can come from doing host to post. That can be from working off your friends list. That can be from people liking and commenting on your story or your post. You want to make sure that you are following up with people. So if you don't have like a system, I would start off getting a notebook and write the date at the top. Whoever you talk to today, write their name down. If you don't have a date on your calendar for when they're signing up, if they don't sign up today, or the conversation kind of goes dead, a good rule of thumb is the next day, like tomorrow, follow up with the people you talked to from yesterday. Just start the conversation back up again. Okay. Okay, let's see. So posting, messaging, following up. What am I forgetting? Come on, people. Who else? Like, I feel like I'm drawing a blank right now. You want to say it, Jamie.
Self-development.
Yes. What else am I forgetting? I feel like maybe I said 6.
Interact.
Yeah, you interact. Make sure you're like liking and commenting and stuff. So HAPS. So let's go into HAPS real quick. So Nicole and I were talking a little bit about this. Guys, if you're not doing HAPS, honestly, I feel like you're missing out on a big opportunity. Okay. If you feel like you've done them and nothing's come from them, then I challenge you to keep doing them, because you probably didn't do them long enough, or maybe your network just isn't that great. So you need to keep growing your network. Yes, build your list, like grow your network. So yes, you should be friending people every day and following people on Instagram. So what I would challenge you to do is create your own like little 6 list. Okay. Something that you can get done in a reasonable amount of time. Okay. So like maybe a good thing to do would be like, every morning, maybe before you even get out of bed, these are little things that you can like put into your day. Okay. Maybe before you get out of bed, you send all your happy birthdays out. Okay. And that's helping you interact. Okay. And then maybe, because you're also interacting on their page. Okay. And then maybe while you're sitting down and having your coffee, maybe you send out a follow-up message to all the people that you talked to the day before. And something you have to learn to do is maybe not squirrel out. Like, make sure you get a task done before you go to something else. So if you're going to do follow-ups and you're going to sit down with like your little notebook, do not answer or do anything else until you do send out all those follow-up messages. Okay. And then maybe while you're in the shower or driving to work or cooking breakfast, fill something in your mind with something positive, listen to some self-development. Guys, if I ever have one person tell me they don't have time for self-development, I'm going to just call you out, because we all have time. Okay. This is going to end in 1 minute. So hop on the other Zoom, guys. Yeah, it's a different code. It's 712-419-414. If you don't have it, get in the chat and grab it. And then I'm going to talk about like 2 more things, then I'll respect your time and we'll hop off. So I'm going to stop the recording and hop over there now.